Are there people in your life whose personality is a little hard for you to enjoy, like you just can't read them? By the end of this video, you're going to have a fast way of understanding what drives people and what doesn't, and how to work with that and your personality. Each week I publish a new video, so for the best coaching tips and tricks, the real life stuff, to creating the best life, subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell to be notified when I post a video every Thursday. How you get along with others is everything. In fact, it can make or break your life in many areas. But here's the real deal, is that different people tick in different ways. Hi, I'm Emily Bigelow. I'm a business and life coach. I've been a business leader in a direct sales team that I started in 2010. And this is not managerial type skills. This is leadership skills of a volunteer army. You don't have the opportunity to fire people. So I know firsthand the personality types are different and they have a variety of skills and traits and characteristics. I know that it's critical to understand and to help people play to each other's strengths, because when everyone feels understood and valued for their strengths, you included, everything just works. So I want to help you make your life, your work, and your relationships work smoother with different personalities and other people and other types. And I don't know about you, but I'm a visual person. So I created a really great tool that you can easily see the different personality types and traits and see how other people generally operate to help you just get really good at this. And I promise you're going to see what all of this means. In fact, you may want to watch this and then grab the visual and re-watch it, and a lot of things are going to click. So today we're going to do a deeper dive into the general traits of 4 different types of personalities. If you want to know more about working with the different types of personalities, check out this video about different personality types in the workplace and working together effectively. Now, I want to point out as we get started here, you're going to have a dominant and then you're going to have a subdominant. So you're going to have one that you're just going to have a little bit more of the characteristics of, and one you're going to have a little bit less of. So you might be an intermix of multiples. You might even, we all have all 4, but primarily you're going to have one thing that's going to be more dominant. So the first personality shape is a squiggle. So your squiggles make up 24% of the population, and these are your idea people. These guys are amazing at starting anything, anytime, anywhere, but problem is finishing. They like change. So change, obviously, and a bunch of different things coming all at once. Change really fits in with their personality. They do procrastinate a little bit. So kind of that last 80% of work gets done in the last 20% of the time. These are going to be your squiggle people. They like things super simple, and anything new is exciting to them. They need interaction, fun, exciting, recognition, spontaneous. Squiggles are very intuitive. So if you have squiggle as a high number within yourself, you are a very intuitive person. And if I have somebody who I kind of want to get a feel on, I go to one of the squiggles in my life, because these guys are amazing at intuitively knowing like the vibe on someone. The next is your circles. These guys are 46% of the population. So there is a great deal of the population that is a circle. These are your loyal friends. These are your planners. These are your list makers. They have the down low stories on everyone. Like they know the scoop on everyone's life because they're just in all of that business. They are really caring friends, and they are great at sensitivity, and they really, really need to be needed. So I need you to, can you help me? These are your friends that like no is not in their vocabulary. And if you're a circle, just being aware that no is not in your vocabulary might be a really big help to you managing some of the time and taking back some of the time that you may need for yourself. Exciting to them is a friend in need. Special keywords for them are, I need you to, can you help me arrange? Like that's what they live for. They don't do well with harsh words. So you've got to really be careful about that and refrain from any harsh words. Feeling supported to them is super important. So I'm just a phone call away. I'm here to help you. You motivate these guys with love and connection. Okay, so is this making sense to you? Are there some people in your life that you can think, squiggle, circle, maybe that's you? Give me a big yes in the comments below. The next 2 personality types that we're going to talk about, a triangle and a square. So your triangles make up 7% of the population, and these guys are results driven. They enjoy guardrails, They don't like to be told, like, do it this way. Go ahead and just give them guardrails, set goals, help them set goals, and they are going to run with it. The challenge for them is to not be right. These people will need to feel like they're masters. So that is a challenge for them. And most of the time, actually, a lot of the time they are right, but that is kind of a challenge for them. Next up is the square. And the square makes up 23% of the population. These are your analyzers, your critical thinkers. They're your logic-based problem solvers. They lack spontaneity a little bit, but they have a real natural integrity. So things are usually black or white for them. They not so much appreciate small talk. And because of that integrity, lying is not part of who they are or what they do. And if you have a tendency to tell lies, you're not going to hold space very well in their life. The challenge for them is that they build walls to keep other people out. So kind of like letting some of that in. They can also fall into kind of maybe a depression because of those walls that they build. So their needs are accuracy. Like, they're not haphazard. They need things to be exactly accurate. And they might reflect back to you some of your own insecurities. So a lot of times these people may seem like they're a little bit harder to get to know, but they just have this super analytical, like really cool, amazing mind and way of seeing things. So how do you tell what other people are? Yeah, I'm going to share a detailed numeric evaluation for you, but just really easy. What's an easy way to be able to tell for other people? There are a couple of things to go by. The timing that they show up to an event, the clothes that they wear, and the type of stories that they tell. So when it comes to timing, more along the top, your squiggles and your circles. Those are going to be your folks that maybe run a little bit late. 15 to 20 minutes late, usually for a circle. Squiggles may forget. Their timing is a little bit maybe harder to judge. On the bottom, your triangles and your squares, those guys are going to run on time to early. So a triangle is going to be between 5 minutes early to exactly on time. That's what they categorize as on time. And then a square is going to be about 10 minutes early to get there, get situated, get everything. So timing is one way that I can tell. Clothing is another. If they're along the top, the squiggles and the circles, their clothing is going to be more in those comfort lines. But now remember, we've all got a dominant and a subdominant. So their subdominant may take over in some of their dress, which is why you can kind of, it's not the easiest way to gauge. You got to go by some timing and the storytelling as well. So the clothing, circles and your squiggles, they're going to be a little more comfort clothing. Your triangles and your squares, they're going to be just dressed up a little bit more, maybe a little less comfortable, but they do love a good pair of slippers. So they're still going to seek some comfort. When it comes to stories, your squiggle and your circle up along the top, they're going to tell stories that are more feeling based, the way things feel. Okay. And on the bottom, it's going to be more factual. This fact, that fact. So that's a good way that I can kind of tell, are they more the top or the bottom? And then I can tell, are they the more left or are they the more right side? And that's kind of how I can tell in the quadrant, left side, right side. So the left side are more the risk takers. They love change. So your squiggles and your triangles love change. They love attention, taking risks. On your right side, your circle and your square, those guys don't like change quite as much. They're more of a past thinker in like, well, this is how things have been. This is the way we were successful before. This is what we've done before. So some of the things of the past and maybe not liking change quite as much. A little bit more of an indirect communication style, soft words. So that's kind of what, those just an easy way that you can kind of are they top or bottom? Are they left or right? So how do you know what shape you are? There's a very simple, and it's pretty effective because psychologically there's a reason that you choose the answer that you do, this little 4-second quiz that you can give to people. But I promised that I would also share an in-depth way of figuring yourself out, right? But you obviously can't go around handing this quiz to everybody. So this is the 4-second quiz. I'm going to give you 4 shapes, and in 4 seconds, just choose one. Squiggle, circle, square, triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, choose. So there's actually a psychological reason behind what you chose. So that's a good way to tell. While asking somebody in 4 seconds what shape that they would choose is actually really effective, I also have a visual with the key personality types. I used to keep this where I saw it until I could just really drill down. So I have this for you so you can just lock on and figure out like what people are in a short amount of time. So download the quiz and the visual guide in the link in the description below. Just access those notes, the show notes below, and click on the personality guide /quiz. If you have any questions, I would love to know your thoughts on this. Hit me up in the comments below. I also have a Facebook group designed to connect and inspire. You can share there your thoughts or your questions. You'll find the link in the show notes below. If you like this video, be sure to like it. Subscribe if you're not, because next week we're talking about the shapes and relationships. If you saw value in this video, share it with your friends. Bye for now.